Oh boy. You guys in the mood for a little rant? I sure am. The Hustle. The Hustle is a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which stars Michael Caine and Steve Martin. And that movie was actually good. It was funny. The two leads had good chemistry. And in this movie, it's basically a gender reversed remake. This time it stars Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. And basically, Rebel Wilson, she wants to become a big con artist, so she gets the help of Anne Hathaway, who is a really good con artist. And then the two of them, like, they meet up on a train, and then they set off, and like they work against each other to see who can like con better. Essentially, like I don't know. It's a really stupid premise, but yeah, like that's the main plot of the movie. Let's get into The Hustle. I have one positive with this movie, and that is the butler character. He's not in the movie very much, but he's the one character that actually got a laugh out of me. That's it. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, let's just get this out of the way right now. This movie sucks. This movie absolutely sucks. It's terrible. It's garbage. It's stupid. It's not funny. And the leads are terrible. Everything in this movie is pretty much just garbage. It's stupid. So yeah, starting off with the main two leads, like Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. They're terrible. This is one of Anne Hathaway's worst performances, and it's one of Rebel Wilson's worst performances as well, which is saying a lot because Rebel Wilson does the same thing in every movie she's in. Like, she plays the stereotypical fat girl who falls down 100 times and says like 18,887 fat jokes throughout the entire movie. That's what she does in this movie too. It's terrible. She's literally the female Kevin James. Like, and I'll go as far as saying that she is the worst. She is up there with Kate McKinnon as the worst actress in Hollywood working today. I'm not kidding. She does the same thing in every movie. Just fat jokes galore, falling down. It's obnoxious. She's annoying. She's not funny. The only movie she was funny in was Bridesmaids, but that was several years ago. And then, Isn't It Romantic? I saw it. I thought it was okay. I don't think she was horrible in it, but I don't think she was great in it either. Just kind of middle of the road. Everything else she's in, the Pitch Perfect movies, How to Be Single, terrible. All terrible. She's awful. Like, and I guess the one thing she does have over Kate McKinnon is Kate McKinnon's never had a good role. And she's usually the worst thing about every movie. Like, Rebel Wilson does have Bridesmaids, but yeah, I mean, Kate McKinnon's got Yesterday by Danny Boyle coming out later this year, so hopefully she'll finally have a good role. But yeah, that's besides the point. Rebel Wilson, she plays the same character in every movie. This movie is the same. Like, you see her just making fat joke after fat joke, falling down 100 times, and I kid you not, like, you saw this scene in the trailer where she's wearing this black dress and she uses it to hide in a pile of trash cans from this guy who are looking for her. And by the way, the cops in this movie, oh my god, I'm so sick of Hollywood, like, doing the same thing with with cops in comedies. Like, they're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. Like, there's no consequence for anyone's actions in this movie. And then Anne Hathaway, come on, you're better than this. I've seen Anne Hathaway in much better roles. She can be a really good actress. But in this movie, she does one of the most over-the-top German accents I think I've ever heard. Like, what in the hell was that? Like, trying to be a German doctor in like a few of the scenes. And then you have Rebel Wilson, like 45 minutes into the movie, she pretends to be like this blind person. And this is a running joke for a while too. It's stupid. It's stupid. But the two worst scenes in this movie, about 35 minutes in, there's a scene involving a Texan. and how Rebel Wilson's like this person's crazy sister. Yeah, crazy sister, my butthole. Like, really? And then you have the French fry scene. Oh my god. It makes you not want to eat French fries ever again. I'll just leave it at that. It's just awful. Speaking of awful, let's talk about the dialogue in this movie. Who the hell wrote this? And I heard that the writers of this are going to be working on the Black Widow movie, the MCU Black Widow movie. Oh boy. Let's hope they end up like the writers of Vacation did with Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's hope they end up more like that. Because if it's anything like this, it's going to be a rough one, for sure. So, oh man. The dialogue is just horrible. It's horrible. It's painfully unfunny. Like, other than with the butler, like whenever the butler was not in the movie, which is like 95% of the movie, I did not laugh a single time. I was just cringing the whole time. And it's just like, yeah, Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, they have the worst chemistry I've seen so far this year between movie duos. Like, it's like supposed to be like a PG-13 buddy comedy, and yet it feels like a stereotypical R-rated comedy. Like, it feels like an R-rated comedy, but it is rated PG-13. Either way, it's stupid. It's stupid, it's over the top, the jokes are not funny. It's just fat jokes galore, like 100,087 fat jokes, and this movie's like 90 minutes long, I think, like 95 minutes long. It feels like 95 hours. I'm not even kidding. Like, oh my god. And there's an after credits sequence to this movie. I'm just like, you have got to be freaking kidding me. It has one of the worst twist endings. One of the stupidest twist endings. It would make M. Night Shyamalan look good. I'm not kidding. It's just that stupid. The movie's boring. It's predictable. Oh my god. I swear, I feel bad for everybody who went to see this garbage in theaters because I'm sure they all wanted to run out. Like, I know my friend Austin, he was watching it, and then he hates it when people get on their phones, and he even admitted he got on his phone and texted one of his friends that he wanted to get out. Because that's how painful the movie was. He was also the only one in the theater. So, yeah, like, not surprised. And I probably would have taken my phone out too if I was in the theater. And I hate it when people take their cell phones out in theaters. Because you're there to watch a movie. But if you're there to watch this movie, honestly, if I had seen this movie in theaters and I had seen people taking their phones out, I wouldn't have cared. I really wouldn't have. Because that's how bad this movie is. It's just awful, it's over the top, it's really stupid, and like the leads have the worst chemistry I've seen this year. Their acting's garbage, and speaking of like garbage, you want to talk about how sexist this movie is. Every male character in this movie is either a complete jackass or like an over the top imbecile moron who hates women. Like, they portray women as like either sex objects or just really stupid people. I'm just like, screw you, get out of here with that garbage, stupid nonsense. So yeah, it's sexist towards both men and women. It portrays women as stupid characters and like men as stupid characters, and also it's one of those female empowerment movies. Yeah, you want a good female empowerment movie? Go watch Captain Marvel. Yeah, I said it for all the Captain Marvel haters out there. Go watch Captain Marvel. Or go watch Avengers Endgame. There's a great scene involving all the female Avengers in that movie. Like a little bit of a spoiler alert. Not really. I mean, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame right by now, what the hell are you doing with your life? But yeah, there's a great scene involving all the female Avengers. That's real female empowerment right there. Or Star Wars The Force Awakens, Mad Max Fury Road, Aliens, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Those are female empowerment movies. I mean, some might argue Ocean's 8 in terms of like comedies. Bridesmaids! That's a good one for comedies. Like, there's so many good female empowerment movies out there. This is not one of them. It's just the same old stupid garbage shenanigans that you see in every other female empowerment comedy. Like, there really isn't much more to talk about with this movie. It's stupid, it's boring, it's not funny, it's painful to sit through. You have to deal with fat joke after fat joke after fat joke 1,000 times. And it's just, I feel bad for anybody that went to see this in theaters. Oh my god, screw this movie. So yeah, overall, The Hustle, it's one of the worst movies of the year. Personally, I think Climax is a bit worse. Because that movie has no story, no characters, it doesn't even have real actors. This movie at least had one thing going for it, and that was the butler. Other than that, this movie absolutely sucks. It's garbage. I'm going to give this movie an 11% rotten rating. That is a big fat F. Alright, so there's my review / rant of The Hustle. It's I believe it's like my third or fourth F of the year. I actually lost count. I've given a few Fs out this year. But yeah, it's garbage. And 11%, it might be too generous. That's because I gave Climax a 10, and I do think Climax is still worse. I may have to lower the score for Climax a little bit, because I was kind of generous with that movie too. But yeah, if you have seen The Hustle, what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't seen The Hustle, I don't recommend it, obviously, because it's terrible. It's just a waste of your time. But if you have seen it, make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it, and what's the worst PG-13 rated comedy that you've seen so far this decade? Or what's the worst comedy of the year so far? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content to come in the future. And until the next review, once again, my name is the California Cougar, and always remember to stay California cool. Peace.